why rejection hurts so deeply, and how to release it. Welcome to Sleepy Buddha, a quiet place to rest your mind, release what feels heavy. Let each of our stories and teaching guide you towards stillness, deep rest, and a calmer heart. Rejection can feel strangely larger than the moment itself. A message left unanswered, a person choosing distance, a job that closes without explanation, a friend becoming cold, a partner who no longer turns toward you. On the surface, it may look like one event. Inside the body, it can feel like a door closing on your worth. You may know logically that one person cannot decide your value, yet the heart still reacts as if it has been placed outside in the cold. This is why rejection is so difficult. It does not only say, "Someone did not choose me," it whispers, "Maybe I am not enough." And that whisper can echo long after the event has passed. In Buddhist teaching, the deepest pain is often not the event alone, but the clinging that forms around the event. The mind takes a moment of rejection and begins building a story. It says, "This always happens to me." It says, "I should have been different." It says, "If they had chosen me, I would finally feel safe." This story becomes heavier than the rejection itself. The person may have walked away once, but the mind repeats the departure many times. Each repetition feels fresh, as if the wound is happening again. So tonight, this lesson is not about pretending rejection does not hurt. It is about learning how to meet that hurt without letting it become your identity. The first thing to understand is that rejection hurts because it touches attachment. Attachment is not the same as love. Love allows another person to be free, while attachment says, "Your response controls my peace." When we are attached, another person's approval becomes food for the self. Their attention becomes proof that we matter. Their silence becomes evidence that something is wrong with us. In this way, rejection does not simply remove a person. It removes the temporary mirror we were using to see ourselves. If you were depending on their affection, praise, or attention to feel whole, their rejection can feel like the loss of your own reflection. Pause here and notice this gently. When you think of the rejection, what exactly feels lost? Is it the person or the version of yourself you felt you were when they wanted you? Is it the opportunity or the imagined future your mind had already decorated with hope? Is it the relationship or the belief that being chosen would finally silence an older insecurity? Buddhist practice begins with honest seeing, not harsh seeing, not blaming yourself, just clear seeing. You are not wrong for wanting love. You are not weak for wanting belonging. But if your peace was placed entirely in another person's hands, rejection will feel like your peace was taken away. The path begins when you slowly bring that peace back home. The second reason rejection hurts is that it awakens old wounds. Many times, the pain you feel today is not only today's pain, it carries the weight of earlier moments when you felt ignored, compared, abandoned, unseen, or not good enough. One rejection can press on a hidden bruise from years ago. The adult mind says they did not text back. The younger part of you says, "I am being left again." This is why your reaction may feel bigger than the situation. Your nervous system may not be responding only to the present. It may be responding to every similar moment it never fully processed. Buddhist mindfulness invites you to separate the present moment from the old echo. You might say quietly, "This is pain, but it is not all of me. This is an old fear being touched, but I do not have to become the fear. This person did not choose me, but that does not mean I am unworthy of love." These simple sentences are not magic, yet they create space. And space is healing. When there is no space, rejection becomes a storm that fills the whole sky. When space appears, you can see the storm moving through the sky of awareness. The sky is larger than the weather. If these words have brought even a small moment of peace to your heart, you are warmly invited to subscribe to Sleepy Buddha and share this video with someone who may need a little stillness tonight. Your support helps this quiet space continue creating gentle teachings for inner peace, spiritual growth, and a calmer way of living. The third reason rejection hurts is that the mind wants an explanation more than it wants peace. After rejection, the mind begins searching. Why did they leave? Why did they choose someone else? Why was I not enough? What did I do wrong? Could I have changed the ending? This search can look like wisdom, but often it is suffering wearing the clothes of analysis. Of course, reflection can be useful. If there is a real lesson, we can learn it. But obsessive analysis rarely brings liberation. It usually keeps the rejected self sitting in the same room, replaying the same scene, hoping a new answer will appear. Zen teaching points toward a different kind of knowing. Not every pain can be solved by more thinking. Some pain softens only when thinking bows to direct experience. The body is aching. The heart is disappointed. The breath is shallow. The stomach is tight. These are not problems to debate. They are experiences to hold with tenderness. When you stop demanding that the mind explain every detail, you begin to discover a quieter wisdom. The wisdom says, I can feel this without understanding everything. I can release what I may never fully explain. I can stop turning another person's choice into a courtroom where I must defend my worth. The fourth reason rejection hurts is that it creates a false identity. The mind takes one experience and turns it into a name. Rejected, unwanted, forgotten, not chosen, unlovable. These names are heavy because they feel final. But in Buddhist understanding, no identity is fixed. Everything arises, changes, and passes. A feeling is not a self. A thought is not a self. A painful event is not a self. You are not the rejection. You are the awareness in which the rejection is being felt. This distinction may seem small, but it is the beginning of freedom. When the thought appears, I was rejected, practice softening it into something more truthful. There is a feeling of rejection moving through me. There is a memory of not being chosen. There is sadness here. There is disappointment here. Notice the difference. The first sentence traps you inside an identity. The second gives you room to breathe. The feeling is present, but it is not the whole of you. The memory is painful, but it is not your name. You do not need to argue with the mind. You only need to gently widen the frame. The fifth reason rejection hurts is that it threatens the future your mind had imagined. Often we suffer not only because of what happened, but because of what will no longer happen. The conversation you expected, the apology you hoped for, the relationship you pictured, the recognition you wanted, the life your mind had quietly started building. Rejection burns these imagined futures, and the smoke can fill the heart. Buddhist teaching calls us back to impermanence, not as a cold idea, but as a compassionate truth. Every imagined future is still only a thought, beautiful, painful, hopeful, frightening, but still a thought. When a thought breaks, it hurts, but it is not the end of your life. It is the end of one imagined path. There is a gentle practice here. When the mind shows you the future that did not happen, bow to it. Do not mock it. Do not shame yourself for wanting it. Simply say, I see you, imagined life. I know why you felt beautiful. I know why it hurts to let you go. Then breathe out slowly and return to the life that is still here. Your hands, your room, your breath, the body still living, the heart still beating, the path still unfolding. Rejection closes one door, but suffering often comes from kneeling at the closed door and forgetting that you still have feet. The sixth reason rejection hurts is that it awakens the desire to prove yourself. After being rejected, many people become restless. They want to become more attractive, more successful, colder, stronger, more impressive. There is nothing wrong with growth, but growth born from self-hatred becomes another prison. If your hidden message is, I will become worthy enough so they regret leaving, then the person who rejected you is still controlling your direction. You may look powerful on the outside, but inside you are still asking them to approve the new version of you. Buddhist release does not mean you stop growing. It means you grow from dignity, not from revenge. You care for your body because it is your home, not because someone failed to value it. You improve your life because life is precious, not because you need to punish someone with your success. You become quieter not to appear mysterious, but because peace is more nourishing than performance. You become stronger not so others cannot hurt you, but so pain can move through you without destroying your kindness. This is a different kind of transformation. It does not shout, look what you lost. It whispers, I have returned to myself. The seventh reason rejection hurts is that it exposes where self-love was conditional. Many of us are kind to ourselves only when life confirms us. When someone likes us, we feel lovable. When someone praises us, we feel capable. When someone chooses us, we feel enough. But when rejection comes, our own inner voice turns cruel. We say things to ourselves that we would never say to a friend. This is where the true practice begins. Can you remain on your own side when someone else steps away? Can you speak gently to yourself when your pride is bruised? Can you offer warmth to the part of you that feels embarrassed, unwanted, or small? Self-compassion is not weakness. It is emotional discipline. It is the decision not to abandon yourself at the exact moment you feel abandoned by another. Place one hand over the heart if it feels natural. Breathe slowly. Say, this hurts, and I am allowed to be kind to myself while it hurts. I do not need to earn gentleness. I do not need to be chosen before I can be worthy of care. These words may feel unfamiliar at first. That is okay. A neglected room does not become warm the first time you open the window, but each act of compassion lets in a little more light. Thank you for resting here with Sleepy Buddha. If this reflection has helped you breathe a little easier, please consider subscribing and sharing it with someone who may be carrying something heavy. Your kindness allows us to continue offering peaceful stories and teachings for stillness, healing, and inner peace. Now we come to the release. Releasing rejection does not mean forcing yourself to feel nothing. It means changing how you hold the wound. Imagine holding a sharp stone in your hand. At first, you grip it tightly because you believe you must understand it, keep it, examine it, prove something with it. But the tighter you grip, the deeper it cuts. Letting go begins by opening the hand. The stone may still be there. The memory may still be there. The person may still appear in your thoughts, but you are no longer squeezing the pain into your own skin. The first step is to observe the rejection without adding a story. Say simply, rejection happened. A person did not choose me. An opportunity closed. A connection changed. Keep the sentence plain. The mind will want to decorate it with insults against you. It will say, because I am not enough, because I always lose, because no one stays. When those stories appear, notice them as stories. Not enemies, not truths, just stories. You can say, the mind is trying to explain pain by blaming me. Thank you, mind, for trying to protect me. But I do not need this story tonight. The second step is to feel the body. Rejection often lives in the chest, throat, stomach, shoulders, or jaw. Instead of escaping into thoughts, gently ask, where does this hurt live in my body? Then breathe into that area without trying to fix it. If the chest is tight, let it be tight. If the throat feels heavy, let it be heavy. If tears come, let them come. The body releases what the mind keeps discussing. You do not need to explain a wave in order for it to pass through the ocean. You only need to stop building walls against it. The third step is to return your worth to where it belongs. Your worth is not in their reply, not in their apology, not in their regret, not in whether they ever understand what they did. Your worth is not a coin another person can remove from your hand. It is closer than that. It is in the simple fact of your being. In Buddhist language, your basic awareness is already whole before anyone approves of it. Clouds may cover the sky, but they do not damage the sky. Rejection may cover your sense of worth for a time, but it does not destroy what is true beneath it. The fourth step is to practice loving kindness without possession. This can be difficult, especially if the rejection felt cruel. Loving kindness does not mean you excuse harm or invite someone back into your life. It means you release the poison of wishing suffering upon them. You may begin with yourself. May I be free from this pain. May I feel safe in my own heart. May I remember my worth. Then, only if it feels possible, you may offer a simple wish outward. May they be free from ignorance. May they learn what they need to learn. May I release the part of me that still waits for them to become the source of my peace. The fifth step is to let rejection become a teacher without making it your master. Ask gently, what did this reveal? Did it reveal that I was giving too much to someone who gave little? Did it reveal that I feared being alone? Did it reveal that I was chasing validation instead of connection? Did it reveal an old wound asking for care? These questions are not meant to blame you. They are lanterns. They help you see the path. A painful moment becomes wisdom when you stop using it to attack yourself and start using it to understand yourself. There is another tenderness here. Sometimes rejection protects you from a life too small for your spirit. Sometimes not being chosen by one person returns you to the parts of yourself you almost abandoned. Sometimes the closed door is not punishment, but redirection. You may not see this immediately. When the heart is hurting, meaning can feel insulting. So do not force meaning too soon. First, let yourself grieve. Then, when the breath becomes softer and the mind becomes less sharp, you may begin to ask what life might be making room for. Tonight, as you listen, you do not have to be over it. Healing is not a performance. You do not have to prove that you are detached. You do not have to pretend you never cared. The Buddhist path is not numbness. It is intimacy with reality. You can care and still release. You can hurt and still return to peace. You can remember someone and still stop handing them the key to your self-worth. Let the heart be human. Let the mind be gently trained. Let the breath show you that each moment begins again. If rejection visits your thoughts tonight, meet it differently. Do not open the door with fear. Do not push it away with anger. Let it stand in the room of awareness and say, I know you. You are the pain of wanting to be chosen. You are the fear of not being enough. You are an old wound asking for kindness. You may be here, but you may not become my whole life. Then, breathe. Feel the body supported. Feel the night holding you without asking you to be impressive. Feel how little you must do to be allowed to rest. Rejection hurts deeply because it touches the places where we forgot our own wholeness. But it can also become the doorway back to that wholeness. Not because the pain is good, and not because the person was right to hurt you, but because every wound offers a place to bring awareness. Every ache asks for compassion. Every closed door asks whether you will keep abandoning yourself outside it. The answer can begin tonight, softly, without drama, without forcing. Let the person, the decision, the silence, the missed opportunity, or the memory become smaller now, not erased, just smaller. Let it take its proper size in the wide sky of your life. You are more than the moment you were not chosen. You are more than the explanation you never received. You are more than the future that did not arrive. Breathe in gently. Breathe out slowly. The heart can release one thread at a time, and as the thread loosens, peace does not need to be chased. It begins to return on its own. Rest now with this understanding. Being rejected does not mean you are empty. It means something outside you did not stay. What remains is still alive. What remains can still learn, love, sleep, and begin again. May you stop asking pain to define you. May you stop waiting for another person's choice to give you permission to be whole. May this night help you lay down what feels heavy, and may your own heart become a place you no longer have to be chosen to enter.